Fam over.
Fam, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, stopping by, whatever you're doing. I appreciate it. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is always advised. Salute to everybody out there, man. TGIF. It is Friday. I hope everybody having a great Friday. Feeling real good. Good energy around, good love around. We got some content to check out today, y'all. A lot of crazy stuff still going on. I guess we're supposed to be having some type of like solar storm, eruption or something going on today too. And I wanted to talk about that too. Like, out of all my years, museum saw was good. Out of all my years, man, growing up, like it just seemed weird because I don't recall seeing so many solar storms, or I never recall seeing, what's it called that just came around, the northern lights, like how you can see them lights in the sky and everything, like how all that stuff came about in these last few years and stuff. I don't recall seeing all that when I was growing up and everything, y'all. You feel me? Michael, what's good, fam? Solo, what's good? You know, and I've been out here a long time. I might as well go ahead and reveal my age. I know y'all like, you be talking like you old, and I am old. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and reveal it. I'm 43 years old, y'all. 43 piece. Super OG. That's why I be talking like that. Like, man, growing up and everything, because I don't remember a lot of this stuff. Rochelle was good. And I know y'all been seeing my boy Trizzy. Trizzy been tripping lately too. Trizzy on the run right now, man. I've been seeing some reports. They talking about if Diddy get locked up and if he go to prison or something. I mean, he already in prison, but you know, if he lose the trial or whatever and get sentenced, they saying Trizzy go pardon him. I'm like, man, I don't know if that's true or not. You know, people be talking crazy. I appreciate it, museum. Appreciate it. Right, Rochelle. I don't feel it either. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel it. I'll be 44 this year, November. And the crazy thing is, I got the same birthday as Diddy, y'all. But I ain't know no Diddy shit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Earth Day, or whatever you want to call it. November the 4th. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I still be hooping. Still playing in the adult league, basketball. Trying to keep myself up. I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? I don't be stressing. I don't let no stress get to me. Be trying to eat right. I just quit smoking like not too long ago. I mean, everybody seen my journey on here. I was documenting my journey of stopping smoking and everything. So did that. Trying to stay young, y'all. Diane was good. Supreme was good, fam. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I'm sure people will start falling in here and everything. I had changed the time. I was gonna go live later, a little bit later, but I was like, man, let me go ahead and do it now so I can watch the game, kick back a little bit. And I know I got some people that's overseas and everything. They be trying to catch the streams, but it be late over there. So I went on and jumped on. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's what's up, Rochelle. Congratulations, so that's what's up. It's hard to quit them cigs. You know what I'm saying? I never smoked no cigarettes. I was on that tree, but it's hard to quit any addiction. So congratulations. Stewie boy, what up? D-Voy, what's up, fam? Let's get into this content, y'all. Salute to everybody in the building. Let's get it.
Heavy on submarines. We have a lead on submarines. Everybody can catch us on submarines. We have our submarine, in particular, the late model. We're 15 years advanced on the submarine. Nobody can even come close. It can stay underwater for 30 years. Think of it. The only reason it has to come up is for food. Take a look at this room. This room is the real deal. That's called white marble. It's very hard to buy. Believe me, I know very well, because you try to buy it, you can't buy it.
What do you make of that deal? And what message do you think it sends to the rest of the world? And Scott Besson said 130 countries are lined up.
Well, I think it's obvious. Unless you're the reason that your parents drank, you see that it was a big victory, not just for President Trump, but for America. Before the president did what he did, China's tariffs on the United States were a little over 20% on average. Now they're 10. Our tariffs on China were a little over 20. Now they're 30. That's a 20-point swing. Now, I've listened all day to some of my Democratic colleagues say that, well, we didn't get anything for it. You know, if you believe that, I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but you better hope the dumbest person in the world doesn't die. It was a clear victory. The other point I would make, I think Trump understands.
Oh my God, I like that, man. I like that, man. He said, now I'm not gonna say you're the dumbest person in the world, but if the dumbest person in the world die, you better be concerned. Like, oh my God, man. You better be worried, man. That was a good one right there. I'm gonna start using that one. August, what up? Buddha, what's good, fam? Yeah, I think, I think Trump been doing a straight job. He been all right, you know what I'm saying? He been all right for the most part. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, but I think Trizzy been all right, y'all.
Understands how to deal with China. Look, the Chinese, not the people of China. I'm speaking about the Chinese Communist Party. They're thieves. They steal with both hands. They will steal your socks without taking off your shoes. That's how they've gotten rich. We let them into the World Trade Organization on December 11th of 2001. They started cheating December 12th. And Trump was the first president, he did this in the first term, to ever stand up to China and say, stop the stealing. And now he's doubled down, and it's working. We still got a long way to go.
Hey, but he made a lot of moves in this 2025 so far, y'all. I can't lie. Trizzy been doing some shit, you know what I'm saying? He been plugging in with other countries and, getting the peace together. He for the peace too. Trump ain't trying to go to war and do all that shit and everything. Trump about getting some money and keeping it smooth. You feel me? For sure. DJ, what's good? Chocolate Tie in the building. What's up, girl? What she said. And he's so funny when he be talking. In the beginning of the video, if y'all seen when he was over there talking about the marble and everything, Trump, he got this little funny way of like, he always being a smart ass when he be talking, man. I can't do nothing but laugh at him.
China cheats in other ways besides tariffs, with quotas and subsidies and stealing intellectual property. But this is a hell of a good start.
Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore.
Damn, Mr. Moore knocked out. It is 4:57 in the morning. They be holding them meetings early as hell, y'all. That's early right there. 4:57.
Mr. Moore, no.
That was very relatable, I think, for all of us.
Yeah, I think so. My wife said it's like, it's no different than him at church. So, this is definitely not the first time she's seen it.
I was awake all night. I was one of the most active members of the committee. So I did think about, how do I breathe? I've been up since 4 a.m. yesterday morning. I would invite anybody to spend a day with me and keep up with me here or in Michigan. I've been up for like 38 hours.
Damn.
Yes.
don't know how she doing that. She said she been up for 38 hours. She could have attended some of them freak off parties Diddy was having. She being up like that, girl. You got some motherfucking energy like that. Damn. It's hard for me to be. Man, 38 hours, I know I'll be mad as hell. Like, it's time to lay down. I know that Adderall ain't doing it like that. I know it ain't keeping you up like that.
Move down the hallway. If you stop, you will be arrested. Poor kids in Gaza by buying bombs and pays for it by kicking kids off Medicaid in the U.S.
Ben, what are you calling for the Congress and senators to do for Gaza?
They need to let food into Gaza. They need to let food to starving kids. Congress is paying to bomb poor kids in Gaza and paying for it by kicking poor kids off Medicaid in the U.S.
So they are now warning of another major solar flare, 600,000 mile wide birdwing solar eruption tomorrow, astronomers warn. The question you really need to be asking yourself is, what really are these solar storms, and why does all the power go out and all the auroras come all the way down south with them? If I didn't know any better, I'd say it's like we're living through pages of the Bible. This is Iran today, and people were actually getting alerts on their phone of crazy sand and stuff that you need to pull over because there'll be zero visibility. We literally have oceans turning black, and they are claiming that they're turning black because runoff and soot from fires and other stuff. By the way, Minnesota's on fire and 0% contained right now. This is what's going on in Italy right now.
Minnesota on fire and 0% contained. Man, how is all these places like, man? See, that's how you know it's something going on, because it'd be the weirdest spots like on fire. Wasn't it like some fires going on like in New Jersey or somewhere on the East Coast too? Like, I don't be understanding that. Andrew, my guy, appreciate you so much for that super chat, fam. Happy Friday to you and your fam too. Hope y'all cool, man, down there in that Florida. FamOverTV, we have been in the struggle here in Florida. Let's go. Much love. It's been a struggle down there with the weather, Andrew. It's been crazy everywhere, man. But salute to everybody. Tomorrow was good.
The whole world has got something crazy going on. Wanna know what's weird though? How the scientists all were able to call all these things in advance. Here we have a volcano going off in Japan. You know, think in terms of energy and radiation being spiritual as a whole fundamental different understanding that we think of today. But here's the question. Are there things manipulating energy on the earth right now? And if so, is it completely destroying the natural order of things all around us every single day? And that's why everything's going so crazy right now? Because eventually a solar flare will come, and that solar flare will knock out all electricity everywhere like we saw with the ones yesterday.
You know, he just hit it on the mark. That's exactly what I think is going on, y'all. I think, and like, it's a good percentage of them, they manipulating and doing little things with what's going on here on Earth with all the weather and everything. They trying to manipulate and, you know, deliberately do things and everything. And it's clashing with, you know, Mother Nature, like the Earth and, you know, natural things happening. And it's causing a whole bunch of bullshit to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy work. They talking about Minnesota been on fire. Like, it's been so many places that's been on fire, and the first thing you hear, like, is such and such is on fire, and it's 0% contained, 0% contained. Like, I don't be understand. Like, how the fuck there all these fires going on and they 0% contained? And it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Patricia, what's good?
You guys remember the Walmart conspiracy theory? The one where people say that these stores could become FEMA camps if martial law ever breaks out? Well, check this out. The National Guard was seen at this Walmart in this small town of Kentucky. And it looks like to me they are unpackaging or unloading something and most likely going to make this Walmart their home base.
Hello everyone, good morning from my little town in Kentucky. This is currently the situation here.
Man, you know what? This crazy. See, I thought all this shit just went away for a second. I should known better, but remember all those videos, even when I first started and we was doing streams, we was talking about this. I think we did a stream about like this, and I think it's called something when they gonna be trying to push martial law, and they were showing like how all the Walmarts was looking like camps, and they got barbed wire around them, and they're saying like National Guard was gonna end up taking over some of these Walmarts and all that shit. What the fuck was it called? Jade Helm or something like that. Jade Helm or something. I think. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I might be saying it wrong, whatever, but this right here is crazy because now I'm like, damn, they've been talking about it all these years now. Like, man, I hope it ain't that time. You feel what I'm saying? The Morris was good, fam. I hope it ain't that time.
There is a lot of National Guard unloading things, and it's like they have set up a little area here at our local Walmart store.
A lot has been going on in Kentucky, a lot of flooding, a lot of weather related things. And I looked at the comments, and apparently the military is getting ready in a lot of states. People are saying the military is in Wyoming. The National Guard said they are training for something, martial law. Some people are saying that they're getting ready for that New Madrid fault line that's getting ready to crack. And also, apparently, see what I told y'all, Kentucky's having a bad storm on Friday, and they know something else. See, something has been going on in that general area. That area has been receiving a lot of weather phenomenon. See, the National Guard is also in Mount Clemens in Tennessee as well too, and apparently they're going to DC to arrest people. So I mean, I don't know, man, I'm just reading the comments, but it's very interesting how the things that we were talking about a few years ago are taking place now, right? Man, like, this is crazy, man. But wow, I mean, anybody, let us know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Ain't no other way, y'all. We got to go through it. Peace in.
I want to say I hope it ain't what it is, and it ain't what it looked like, what it looked like, and everything. I'm hoping it just, I don't even know what I'm hoping. Maybe they just pulled up in the Walmart right there because there's a lot of space and they can do something. But I don't want, you know what I'm saying, nowhere. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, I don't even want to think about like the ideal of martial law and everything. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know it's out there in the universe, it's out there in the air and everything, but I don't know how. I know a lot of people ain't gonna feel good about nothing like that and everything. And I don't even know if it will work. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. Do y'all think they got the manpower to really enforce martial law everywhere? Might be able to do it in certain places or something, like, you know. But I don't know. Let's keep it going. Robert Thon, what's good, fam?
My biggest thing was what happens after we go on. I'm interested to know, do we come in reincarnation? I've asked, do we come back?
What do you believe happens when we die?
So I want you guys to place your focus on the fact that she said that she used to be Catholic. Now, whether she was an actual believer of Jesus Christ,
right, Devoy,
that's a
right.
question. I doubt that she was, because right after she says that, she says that she believes that Jesus Christ was a man and that there were other people who had done teachings in the world before the past. She believes that Jesus Christ was not God of some sort. But it gets really, really crazy when he asks her about the crucifixion, which he's going to do in a couple minutes. So stay tuned. Let's dive back in.
I just think you're kind of I think you go over with, I believe that you go on and that you're reunited with your soul family or with your karma group. The way I understand it is that we come into this life with our karma group. The karma, we have karma, good karma and bad karma. So the same people that I was with, I just think that we come back, and we come back with the same people.
Really?
I believe in yeah, I do.
What is a karma group?
Well, it's the same. Like, in other words, the people you know now, you knew before in a past life. Did you ever go somewhere and just felt like like you knew somebody or that you've been there before.
Yes.
Yeah, I've known you. Yeah, yeah.
What do you think deja vu is?
The remembering of a past life.
Do you think it's the remembering of a past life?
Yeah, if it happened before, either you were at that place. I felt like I had that with a couple of my animals.
You like, shit.
Why do you think that?
Why do I think what?
Why do you think that we travel with a karma group?
Because it just makes, because we have things to work out with them, I guess.
Who would be in that karma group?
Friends, relatives, friends, people that you meet all through your life. Everybody that you know.
Everybody everybody in your sphere of.
You would know.
Man, she's just yapping, y'all. I don't know about no traveling and reincarnating with a karma group and all that type of shit and everything. I don't know about all that. But, what's up, Christy? I definitely, I got that reincarnation is something. I know y'all seen on the stream like not too long ago, a couple months ago when we did a stream and about that boy that told on the dude that it's crazy. This finna sound crazy, but he told on the dude. It was his neighbor that killed him a long time ago. And they went and found the body that the neighbor had buried. And they spoke to the neighbor. And he was old as hell, you know what I'm saying? 80, 90 some years old. And he told him, like, yeah, I did. He, you know what I'm saying? He did kill somebody back then. And I buried him and they found him and he confirmed it. And that little boy told the whole story. Was like, yeah, I lived back then, and his parents didn't nobody believe it, but they found the body of a man and everything. Like, so how can we explain something like that unless it was just like it's hard to explain that type of situation? You feel me? Angela Dow, the boss lady in the building, was good.
Discovered last week just outside of Riverside, California. And the authorities are wondering, how did these get here? How long have they been here, and what should we do with them? And I'm curious what you would do with them. So Greg Nolan was flying in his helicopter across California. He's part of Hollywood's, a famous Hollywood's guy. And he thought he saw rhinos down on the ground. And he thought, no way, those critters are not native to California. And he is right there. I'm an Eagle Scout, and so I know this type of thing. But kudos to him that he knew that. So he flew down super low, and you can see this rhino mother getting super defensive of its children there, and then they ran away. He shared this clippage with the governancers in California, and they are saying, how did they get here? I have it on good sources that cartels in Mexico may have pushed the rhinos across the border 15 years ago, and they've been living unbeknownst to the local populancers in Riverside ever since then. So now the authorities are trying to figure out, do they need to tranquilize them and get them to a zoo? Should they push them back across the border of Mexico? They just want to make sure they don't hurt any of the local populancers, or the populancers of California don't hurt the rhinos, vice versa. So I'm curious what you would do with them, how you would solve this problem.
That's crazy work right there. But that's the first thing to come to my mind, the motherfucking cartel over there in California. They brought them through on the border somehow, some way. One of them rich cartel leaders living in California, some had a couple of rhinos on his spot. They got too hot. He done moved away and just left them there, and they done got loose, and they all around and everything, and they didn't I mean, I don't even know how rhinos, like, do rhinos get intimate with each other and have babies like that? Or I don't even know what goes on with a rhino. Like, I don't even know where rhinos at and everything. I just know they ain't around here. That's crazy and shit. The motherfuckers just floating around over there. Salute to everybody, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me, y'all. Keep that algorithm jumping.
Hold up. Human remains found just a block away from Taylor Swift's secluded mansion, literally out in the middle of nowhere in Rhode Island? Really? Be right back.
Human remains were found right down the road from Taylor Swift's Rhode Island mansion as fears that a New England serial killer is on the loose. This story is so eerie and wild and honestly shocking. Human remains were found in the Watch Hill neighborhood of Westerly, which is where Taylor Swift's Rhode Island mansion is located. Police were called to respond to reports of what someone suspected were human remains. They arrived and discovered...
Hey, y'all, where Taylor Swift stay at, y'all? He said somewhere. Did he say London or what did he just say? I wonder where Taylor Swift stay at. Taylor Swift got so much paper. I know she's somewhere put up for sure. Bugsy, what's good, fam? Midwest. Bang Boogie, what up, y'all?
what appeared to be a human leg bone.
And only the leg bone was left? What happened to the rest of the body? Again, like a block from her house at
she in Rhode Island?
the peak of Rhode Island, secluded in the middle of nowhere. This happened to be right by Taylor's house. I'm sure all the stuff in the background has nothing at all to do with the story. Really doesn't, just, you know. But let me ask a reasonable question. Who's all going down here besides Taylor? Wouldn't it be like off limits?
Right. That's exactly what I was going to say. She down there in the boondocks by herself and everything, basically. Like, what the fuck? Like, how they find a body by her house? A body parts, man. Ain't no telling what's going on, man. They probably sacrificed that body or something. Ain't no telling, y'all. So much weird shit going on. Taylor Swift got so much power and so much influence and everything, y'all. I'm talking about crazy work. She had a concert out here in Vegas at the Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play. And that was the biggest concert they ever seen out here. It was like about 80-some thousand people there, man. And she did it like 2 days in a row. And the motherfucker sold out both days. She beat everybody. Nobody never did this and everything. And I'm saying this because I, being on the strip and seeing everybody coming from the concert or going to the concert, man, y'all should see how these people was dressed and going in there. I'm talking about this was the weirdest fan base I ever seen in my life. Like, these motherfuckers was dressed up like in costumes and all type. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we're going to the Taylor Swift concert. Like, motherfucker had on a fairy outfit with some things coming out his head. I'm like, man, crazy.
And I'm just saying, this kind of looks like that kind of house. I wonder who the culprit could be. Completely irrelevant. Have y'all seen where she was wearing a snake and doing a photo shoot making fun of the forbidden fruit? Or right here where she was dressed up as a high priest. I'm not gonna say what kind of high priest, but I'll tell you it does have something to do with the background. And completely irrelevant, just a question. I wonder what kind of practices would cause someone to get possessed. Pretty crazy stuff though. Let me know anything below.
Y'all, I don't know what's coming out of this fog, but I was able to adjust my eyes, right? Because I'm looking in the dark corner, right? My house is a little darked out right now. And I'm looking and I'm seeing all these particles, y'all, it's like trillions of particles falling down. Can y'all see that?
Nick,
y'all can see it off my, what's it called? My, the screen right there, the little black screen. Look at that, look at all these particles falling down, y'all. Look at.
Hey, this happening everywhere. Conscious juice. This ain't just down there in Florida where you at, fam. This shit happening everywhere. I be seeing this shit all the time. You can see the particles all the time. It's here, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when you go out, you see your eyes get to irritating and everything. It's particles in the air. We inhaling particles. We can't. That's what they doing. They spraying shit in the air. It's coming down. Like it's hard to. You got to stay enclosed inside or something. Look, I can see them though. Watch, I'm gonna play. You can see the little.
This, my camera's trying to look. Oh my goodness, y'all! Look at this. Look at all these particles that are coming out of this fog. Y'all think I was joking, man? Look, the sun's trying to come out as well. Oh my goodness, bro! Y'all see that? It's a lot of particles just falling out. Look at this. Look at that. That is crazy, man. I wonder how it's going to affect us, because I wonder how people got affected from the fog before.
It's affecting us every day. It's affecting all of us. What it's doing is decreasing the lifespans out here. Some motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to take it. Some people go get sick. They know what they doing. It's all part of the game. Allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. Let me say that shit, man. Let me make sure I say that.
And like I told y'all, man, I've been hearing sirens like crazy. Something is going on here. Wow, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, look at this shit. An ancient tree discovered in New Zealand contains a 4,200-year-old record of reversal of Earth's magnetic field. Now, remember when we was talking about megalithic trees, megalithic creatures, and shit like that? They're slowly starting to put it out, y'all. Now, mind you, we've been talking about megalithic structures, creatures, petrified, everything, yo. Like, look at this shit, y'all. Like, look at that. Look at this dragon head, y'all. They gonna say it was a dinosaur, but we already know the truth. Look at this Nephilim hand. Look at this shit. These things is the things that they don't want us to know, yo. I keep telling y'all. Look at the face in the mountain, bro. You can even see the teeth still on that joint. Like, peep this, y'all. Do y'all not see the resemblance? These type of structures exist all over the planet, bro. Flat planet.
So they must be delivering to the underground now, y'all, because this guy has been driving trucks for a very long time, but this right here is his very first gig delivering to the underground. It kind of has like this eerie feeling, if you know what I mean.
Probably connected to that $72 trillion underground city. I've been seeing all the truck drivers delivering underground and doing stuff and everything. They talking about because it's underground tunnels for storage for some of these like big corporations and grocery stores and all this type of shit and everything. I'm like, yeah, right, man. All this shit coming to the light now, y'all. Nick, salute to Nick in the chat, man. I appreciate you, fam, man. Blessings to you and your fam too, man. Much love, man. Love and light sent your way, dog. I appreciate you, my dog.
This is crazy, y'all. Check this out. First time I have ever delivered anything inside, underneath a mountain. This is just crazy.
He didn't even know where he was going to, because a lot of the times the drivers don't even know where the address is going to end up. Before he got to this point, he was met with a heavily guarded entrance, and then they opened up the gate to let him into the underground facility. But this is so...
Man, as a driver, I would be so annoyed. I wouldn't have took that job. I'd be like, man, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pass on that underground one. But then again, you be curious. You want to see for yourself. You want to be the ones to be able to tell people about this shit. So they go on up under the David, whatever. Right. So I like that. So said, what we have underground is 21 trillion. She said it took 300 billion to build all of Dubai. So imagine that perspective. You right. And Dubai is super nice, 300 billion, but we got something underground right now for 21 trillion, they said. Transportation system, vegetation, everything. Man, that's crazy, man.
Somewhere in the mountains in California after a long winding road. Y'all, that's crazy. These boys are really working over here. This is huge. It's literally a city. It's literally like here. I don't know, man. Things seem to get a lot more real. Let me know what you guys think about this video. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
So, yo, let's just get this straight. Do Louisiana still have plantations? Yes, they do. They're still here inside Louisiana. A lot of people on TikTok and all over social media is so amazed about not knowing that they still have plantations around. They're still here inside Louisiana.
Like slave plantations? There's still slave plantations around? I can see if it's like for like historical, like historical like museum, like, oh, this was a plantation of 1835, the Wilson family or something like that, and it ain't nobody standing there and nothing like that. But there's still some plantations that's still people living in, or I know it ain't operating with no slaves right now for sure.
So I don't know if y'all seen it on TikTok, but Nawway Plantation caught a fire on yesterday. The place has been there since 1859. That's when it was built. It been there for 166 years. They have 64 rooms inside the plantation. The fire started from the attic. The fire department is trying to work and see what happened, what caused the fire. They don't know. I guess that's still an ongoing investigation. But I will say this. Annabella, the doll, was down here in Louisiana. Everybody know Louisiana for the food, the culture, the voodoo. The doll was down here in the city. She was down here for May 13th and the 14th. On the 15th.
Huh? Man, I'm tripping right now. I'm lost. She said Annabella the doll. Like that movie, like the little voodoo little Annabella doll. She said she was down there like huh? Y'all help me out, man. Y'all help me out in the chat. I'm lost like a motherfucker, man. Annabella the doll. Is that like a person or? Yeah, it's a real doll that's supposedly haunted. Okay. If I'm saying it's a doll, but how? What she mean? It was down here in New Orleans, whatever. Like somebody brought the doll down there, or man, it'd be too much crazy stuff going on, man.
She left yesterday. After Annabella left yesterday, there go the fire. I'm thinking it had something to do with the dog. I seen the video. The priest is riding around with them in a van. He's blessing the dog, like with the blessing water, praying and everything. So this is something serious. Like this is really not a joke. Like all of a sudden the dog come down here right after they leave, a fire breaks out at the Nawway Plantation. They don't even know what caused the fire. What a coincidence. They say the fire started from the attic. But y'all, that's neither here or there. The doll is on tour. Then another video I seen with the voodoo lady.
The doll is on tour. If this is a doll that's supposed to be haunted and like, I guess carry some type of what, like some type of I don't know if it's some bad energy or something, or spiritual energy or something. But why is the doll on tour, and who's driving this doll around? Like, how is this doll on tour? And it's, man, I'm so lost, man. I'm lost like a motherfucker, man.
In the French Quarters, Annabella was next door to her. She was noticing little strange things that was taking effect in her shop, and she went out to go ask a few people how they feel, how was their experience, and some of them did not have a good experience at all. So y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this plantation catching the fire, and a lot of people not knowing that they still have plantations around inside Louisiana. Yes, we do. Over 100 and something, might be more than that. Have they been here for years? Yes, since like the 1800s. But that plantation was built in 1859, been there for 166 years. Any other questions you would like to know, drop it in the comments. Bye, friends. And TikTok. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm only on here to bring awareness to my friends for educational purposes only. Bye, y'all. Let me know in the comments.
Man. Oh my God, man.
What are the big topics now? AIDS, I would imagine, comes up.
Well, yeah, I tell them what I think about AIDS.
What do you think about AIDS?
Remember the fairy tale they told you about the green monkeys? They tell you about these green monkeys, and then they remind you that this is a sexually transmitted disease. I have one big question. who's pluking the monkeys? So once you get past the, that seems like kind of an implausible theory if you look at it that way. So I offer 3 other possible scenarios. 1, because remember, it is announced suddenly, one day in November, 700 people died from a disease we never heard about before.
They put it out there.
One possibility, it came from outer space. Another one, it came from a government laboratory. Not saying whose, could have escaped, could have been done on purpose as a test on civilians. The other possibility is it came from a private sector laboratory. For money. Because when they find the pill that you can take to let you do it again, somebody's going to make some money. There's no question about that.
It's fascinating.
That's exactly what the fuck happened. Then they dropped it out here. And it basically was a big money grab from this jump. Because it came out of nowhere. They know they created AIDS, man. They did that shit, man. That's crazy work. Everybody know that. That ain't even no secret. For real. But I'm going to say this is for entertainment purposes only. Allegedly. Before they get on here and be like, yeah, you misinforming. That's misinformation and all this type of shit, man. Oh, yeah, whatever. Get on with all that. Let's keep it going, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Keep that algorithm jumping.
That is burned down. It's burning down in this video. But this is not just any plantation house. This was the largest antebellum plantation house in the South, owned by one of the richest enslavers in the South. This is the Nawway Plantation in Louisiana. It was built by enslaved Africans in 1859. It was owned by this guy, John Randolph. Now, John wasn't even from Louisiana. He was from Virginia originally, but he came from a wealthy slave-owning family, and his dad was hired by the federal government to do something in Louisiana, and he moved with him. Now, originally, he wanted to make it into a cotton plantation, the same type of plantation that he was used to in Virginia. But he noticed that the climate in Louisiana was a lot different, so he changed it to a sugar plantation. And because of that, he ended up tripling his family's wealth. John Randolph enslaved 176 people. But the plantation house itself was built around the same time as the Civil War. John didn't want to fight in the Civil War. He was scared. So he sent 3 of his sons and he asked, how much money do I have to give to keep me out of this? And he was a huge financial backer of the Confederacy in Louisiana. When he realized that the Confederacy was losing, he left his wife in Louisiana, took 200 slaves, and went to Texas. Once the Civil War was over, he contracted with 53 bonded people, basically people that owed him money and were working to pay it off. It's just another form of slavery. He eventually died in 1883, and his wife eventually sold the plantation for $50,000. That's the equivalent of $1.9 million today. And now he has no legacy at all.
Oh my God.
That's crazy work right there. Crazy. Right, Red Cap. For real. Action Jackson, what up, fam? Robert, you right. All of us in slavery still. Shit. This shit crazy. Gervais, did y'all hear about this story right here, though? This been going around all over the social media and everything, and it was live, y'all. You can actually see the video, but I don't advise nobody to go watch the video because it's super sad. You know what I'm saying? But it's on TikTok. You can find it on Reddit, all that type of shit. But this right here, this Latina influencer, she was real big and everything, had her own beauty shop. Her own friend set her up, y'all. Like she was saying, she was waiting on the, she get gifts at her shop all the time, and she was waiting on a gift, and somebody put a hit on her. They said it was her friend or something, and he walked in and said her name, like, are you such and such? She's like, yeah. And he act like he's about to give her something, and you know what I'm saying? Unlived it, y'all. And it happened while she was live streaming. You know what I'm saying? I came across the video yesterday, and I was able to see it. And I seen it. I didn't think they was gonna it was gonna be the whole video, but it was the whole video. And that did something to me. I ain't watching it no more. And I was sad in the motherfucker. I'm like, man, I can't believe this, man. Like, it was horrible. But condolences to her family, and It's a sad place we living in. And her friend, jealous ass friend, they got text messages of her friend that was in the shop with her that convinced her to stay because she was trying to leave the shop. She was trying to leave the shop. She was saying she didn't feel right and everything. She was trying to leave, but her friend kept convincing her to stay. And she stayed. And that happened and everything, man. Like, it's a cold world out here, y'all. Cold world.
Whew, when I say I wish I could unsee the video I just saw, y'all, I was not expecting that. So, as most of y'all have heard, this Mexican influencer here on TikTok was on live stream. Whew, Jesus, I'm trying to stay calm when I say this, y'all, because honestly, it shocked me. I would not watch the video, okay? I wouldn't watch the video.
Right.
I know everybody says that, don't watch the video. I would not watch the video of what happened to her. But when
and it's crazy because when I seen it, first thing came to my mind too. I'm like, oh yeah, that's some cartel shit right there. Definitely the cartel. That's the first thing you think about, definitely down there in that area. Like, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, oh yeah, that's a cartel hit.
tell you cannot have everyone around you as your friend. Most of these people are not your friend, y'all. She was sitting down on live. Now you could tell her attention kind of went out to the window in front of her. She was in her salon that she owned and opened up. She was 23 years old, sitting in front of the window. Immediately you could see something happen. I don't know who it was. I don't know. And then she was gone. She was gone. Then the camera turns to this woman who looks like this, creepy as hell. I don't know who this was. I guess it's supposed to be her friend. She stops the recording in the live. This was the moment before it happened. Like, when I say this was the moment, I literally was not expecting this. I thought this was like a part of the live that was like, you know, where she was just chatting. No.
And then it's crazy because when I was watching it, he was like, Valeria? She was like, yes. And he did that to her. But the only thing that came, she never got nervous or screamed, ah, nothing. It was crazy. It was like weird. But the thing that got me is her friend got up and just, you could see her face in the phone. She just turned the live off. She didn't scream. Like, if my homie or something, that some shit happened like that right there, your best friend, something happened, you would go crazy. But I mean, I see why she didn't show no emotion or nothing, because she was in on it or whatever. But like, she didn't say nothing. You didn't hear nothing from the friend. No screaming and nothing, like, oh my God, nothing. Just nothing.
Right after this, you can see the shots, 2 shots in her chest. After those shots, she's just startled, because if you look up anybody after they get pew-pewed, you go into a state of complete shock. You can't move, you can't feel nothing, you can't think, you can't none of that. Immediately after those 2 shots in the chest, one goes in her head and she completely falls over. And then the camera turns and the woman I just showed you ends the live. When I tell you you cannot have everyone as your friend, I feel like somebody was jealous of this woman. Allegedly, I looked more into it, and there was someone that pretended they wanted to give her a gift, and they pulled out a pew-pew and unalived her. Now, why they unalived her and not the other girl, I feel like it was a setup, y'all. I feel like this was a setup.
Definitely was a setup. Frank, appreciate that super chat, fam. Salute to you and your fam, man, for sure. Appreciate the support. Baby Case, what's good?
Still an investigation underway. Like I said, she was a 23-year-old business owner in Mexico. She had her own salon. She owned it herself. She was doing very well for herself, grew a following on social media, and this had to have been someone who was jealous of her success and unalived her. Rest in peace.
This is just a little update on the situation with Chris Brown. So I'm pretty sure everybody already know that Chris Brown was arrested the other day in the UK. But what y'all didn't know is this man ain't coming home. Not until at least after June 13th. They said they're going to hold him until the court date, which is set for June 13th. That's crazy as fuck. They like, if we let you out, all you're going to do is try to go back to America. They're like, nah, you going to sit your ass down to the court date. I was reading the comments and I seen people saying, now why would he go back to a country knowing he got warrants there? Obviously, he probably didn't know he had warrants. Come Come on,
Right.
y'all. Think. Now, I don't know if everybody think like I do and their brain is set up like mine's the way I be thinking, but this is highly suspicious to me. He says free Tory. He flies into the UK and then all of a sudden he's arrested.
But he ain't saying what happened. He missing a part of what happened. He got arrested and he did have a warrant and all that type of shit. But Chris Brown couldn't control his emotions. You know how he get mad and everything, go crazy. You know what I'm saying? He hit somebody in the head with a bottle and got the whooping on somebody or something, that I guess a club or one of them spots or something. And then that's why he ended up getting arrested and everything. Then he had a warrant and all this type of shit and everything. So he forgetting that part. Like he did say, you know what I'm saying, free Tory, and then he went over there. And it's crazy how it all happened, because it seemed like it's, you know, ain't no coincidence, but it just seemed kind of like in order and everything. But he did whoop on somebody.
Like, what? Am I the only one that think that's suspicious? Am I tripping? It just be shit like this that make me like, come on now, fool. Like, if it was me and I was Chris Brown and I really did that to that person, then I'd be like, look, let me just settle. Call cuz up on the phone like, look, we don't have to go through all this. Look, let me settle. But if I...
Hey, but listen, I just thought about it. He did whoop on somebody, but it still could have been a play, because they could have told that person to, like, you know what I'm saying, start some shit with Chris or provoke him to do that and everything. And you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it could have been a play. You can't rule it out for sure.
I do it, yeah, I'll probably sit there until June and get this shit over with, because like I said, if you trying to fuck up my reputation, nigga, I'm gonna end everything you got. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
No, because this world is sick and it's going to hell in a handbasket. Do y'all know about Nickelodeon and their popular slime? Have y'all heard why? The reasons why? I'm gonna be honest, when I found this out, even like putting this video together, tough. These people are sick and twisted demons, dude. Do y'all know that the reason why they made the specific slime for Nickelodeon, that green color, does it ring any bells to y'all? That green color, that green screen color? Do y'all know why they made it that, and they would be obsessed with pouring slime all over kids on Disney, especially in the early 2000s, in this era, the 2010s?
Oh, because if it's green, they can edit it and turn it to another color probably or something, man. Oh my God. I know ain't nobody on no sick mind ain't thinking that sick. Like, I never did like the slime, that Nickelodeon slime. I just never understood it. I remember back in the day, my younger days and everything, catching a Nickelodeon episode or something, and they might be talking or something on stage, and then all of a sudden that slime get dumped on them from a bucket, just and everything. I never understood it. I'm like, man, why the fuck? Like, I just didn't never understand it. But this right here, way out if they thinking like this, man. Like, I don't know, man. This might be. Oh man, let's keep it going, man. Candace, what's good?
I'll tell you why. It's because when you put something or someone in front of a green screen, you can change that whole effect. You can change the background, you can change, or even if like somebody's like wearing pants and then you put like a small green screen cover over it, you can put anything in that place that you want. And so slime is a really thick, weird substance, and they pour it over these children and they make it a green screen color so they can change the color and what's on the child's head, face, and body.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's for real or not. I don't know. That could be cap, because I'm thinking like, man, that was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? The green screen shit wasn't as popular back then, you know, with the public. But they was using green screen a long time ago. Y'all seen NASA using green screen back when they went to the moon over in Hollywood and shit. So that's crazy work right there, man.
Do y'all pick up what I'm putting down? Nickelodeon is sick. These like, it's never, when we find out the truth of the world, and right now everything is being exposed. Here in the last like 10 years, it's like everything has never been what it seemed. They do it so they can make this look like you know what. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if you can say it on TikTok in correlation to what I'm saying, but they make it look like, you know, like the baby stuff.
Yeah, I hope he ain't come up with this, man. I hope he's seen something, and I hope he wasn't just thinking, you know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers be saying some shit just to go viral and just to get views, and like that's the age we living in right now. Like, everybody trying to go viral, everybody trying to get views, and I understand it. You know what I'm saying? This creating content it's a whole different world. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around, go viral, and make a lot of money real quick, make you some money or something. But I don't know, man. I kind of want to call cap on this one. Like, man, he should have showed a report or something about some shit like this. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Nickelodeon is kind of weird too, so I don't know.
Stuff that makes babies. And that way, when these sick and twisted directors and people who go and do all this, they can look at it as if it's that thing versus it actually being slime. That's why they're obsessed with it. That was why. That was why.
Watch what this woman has to say.
I didn't see a ship 19 miles away. I saw a ship that was so close, and they said at the time it was less than 9 miles away. Now they're trying to say it was 19. I saw it. You know, it wasn't just lights on the horizon. You could see it was a ship. And I saw our rockets being fired, which that ship must have seen. This inquiry says that they did see it, but they didn't think it was a portent of danger. But I would have thought in the middle of the Atlantic, in the middle of the night, rockets must be in trouble. The whole thing was a tribute to man's arrogance. That man can be so arrogant as to build something and claim that it is undestroyable, if you like. It's the most arrogant. And as I say, all these years later, this interest has been found. And it's because there was no need for anyone to die. No one should have died. Had she had enough lifeboats with 2.5 hours and a very smooth sea, nobody would have died. And one life is worth more than a ship.
Hey, y'all, I was going to say the same thing. I think that's that might be the lady from the motherfucker. Didn't the one survive that Leonardo DiCaprio was messing with? Didn't she survive somehow or something? And they showed like an interview with her like years later at the end of the movie or something. Because that kind of looked like, you know what I'm saying? That might be Rose. Right, D-Boy? But we all know the story of the Titanic. That was a whole play. That was a play for sure.
That is what I saw. That is what I remember.
I just found this UFO.
I think that was Rose,
sighting from Mexico. And this is less than 24 hours old at the time of me filming this thing. Now this landed somewhere and people saw it. They must have saw it because they filmed it. What is that? That's definitely not cars. That's not a highway. That's not some kind of camping site. That's a craft that landed in Mexico, and lots of people saw it, baby cakes. Mexico has a long history of UFO sightings. This was seen by hundreds of people just last September. Yeah, hundreds of people saw that thing, and they got pictures. Then there's an area in Mexico called the Zone of Silence, where a lot of strange shenanigans go on. Paranormal events, UFOs, weird kind of animals, cryptids, maybe even wendigos, or skinwalkers. Hopefully none of them are wearing a cheese head. So what do you think of that UFO sighting that I just showed you that happened in Mexico in the last day? Let me know your opinion.
Hey, I just got back, y'all. I just got back yesterday. Y'all know I had to fly over to Arizona down by the border. like Tucson kind of, you know what I'm saying? Only for a day. Had to go handle some business and everything for a day. And I'm going to tell y'all, man, it's weird down there. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like, my energy it was a different energy down there. I don't know if it's kind of because it's so close to the border and, you know, I'm thinking about cartels and all that type of shit and everything, but it was weird, man. Like, it was just a weird feeling down there and everything. And even when I got off the plane and was going to my room after I got the rental car and everything, it was like it had a smell down there. And it's crazy because I stayed at this casino, and the casino airport was right next to the National Guard base. And it was like right there, the National Guard base. You could see I'm like, man, it was crazy. Then at night, you know, I'm looking in the sky. I'm always looking at the sky. It just was weird, you know what I'm saying? It just was weird like a motherfucker, y'all. I don't even know how to explain it.
The comment section, Pooshkies. Shabadoo.
So I don't want to alarm anybody, but there is a massive solar flare. It's literally shaped like a bird wing, and it erupted earlier this week. It's heading towards Earth. So scientists are calling it a G4 geomagnetic storm, which is rare and kind of a big deal. No, the world is not ending. Yes, your GPS might glitch, and your Wi-Fi might start acting a little weird. And if you're lucky, you might be able to see the northern lights right here in Missouri. So charge your devices tonight, save your files just in case. Don't freak out if your phone or your car Bluetooth or your Wi-Fi gets a little weird. And if you see the skies glowing in weird colors, no, you're not imagining it and you're not high. Honestly, I thought this was just wild and weird and I wanted to share it. I'm not a scientist, but I do love a good plot twist.
Filaments of plasma 75 times larger than Earth peeled away from the sun in a pair of sweeping wings. Most of the material was shot out of the sun's north pole, so it will mostly avoid Earth. However, astronomers say that Earth will probably receive a glancing blow from the wake of the passing storm. That means there is an increased chance of being able to spot the northern lights and a risk of disruption to electrical equipment.
Man, that's crazy work right there. Like I was just saying earlier before I started to stream and everything, y'all, like in my 43 years on this earth, I don't recall this shit back in the day. Like when I was younger, I don't remember no northern lights. I don't remember all these solar storms or none of this shit, none of that. And my phone been acting weird too. My phone been acting weird, but I thought it was just because I got an iPhone, what, 15 Pro Max or something. I just thought it's acting weird because, you know, when they come out with new iPhones and everything, they be trying to slow down your phone and everything to make you go upgrade and go get you a new one and everything. So I just be thinking that and everything. But my shit been acting weird. Wi-Fi been acting kind of crazy and everything. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I don't recall all these solar storms and northern lights and all this shit. I never seen no northern lights in my whole life until like, was it last year? Remember last year? It was like, yeah, you're gonna be able to see the northern lights, and the sky was purple and everything. And then all of a sudden it's been happening like every 2 or 3 months. Like, yeah, the northern lights, you're gonna be able to see the northern lights again and everything. I'm like, man, shit happening often now. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. But salute to everybody, man. Everybody in the chat. Take it day by day, y'all. Stay on wave. Protect your peace watching these videos. Keep showing that love. Keep that good energy around. Keep vibrating those high frequencies. In the end, we will win. Salute to my content management moderators, everybody. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate everybody in the chat showing love. It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. Peace and love, health and wealth to everybody. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Fam over.